Getting back behind the wheel of a tractor and in the field and smelling the dirt and the beets and everything, it's been a good time.
The long hours get to you, but I mean, with good people around, anything can get done.
You learn a lot of stuff. It's what I like about beet harvest.
The action and all the lights and the communication and I like the pace and the speed of beet harvest.
Ever since you put the first seed in the ground, you know, the race is on. There's just so many challenges, whether the people are gonna show up, whether the equipment's gonna work properly, whether Mother Nature is gonna rule like she always does. You're invested. There's no touching the water with your toe. You're jumping into your neck.
Turn around, empty out, go to second east. Kenny, when you get to the east side, you'll empty out. Oh, you don't really have to empty out. Just go to the next field. Go to the next field when you guys get to the east side. Did you 6 8? Yeah, 10 more. Where's the fuel guy? He's on the west headland. Halfway. And 4. Where do you want me to start, Henry? Up by your pickup? Yeah, you know, baby. Or should I say my pickup? Jazz has got the light on right there for you. You get to the east side, you're going to have to go right. There's 2 batters on the far south side going. Yeah. Well, you get one and Jenny will get the rest. Okay, you finish topping off Gordo here. Put a nice speed of beets over the whole road. You're not doing right next to the road. It's pretty green, so let's have it at a nice appearance. 10-4.
So each morning we get together, the guys are all coming into the office, punching in, coming in, grabbing a cup of coffee. What we do is we try to get them all on the same page. We try to get everybody to understand what fields we're digging, who's in what trucks, just try to get all the bases covered with everybody, and then we head on out for the day.
Joe, what truck was Joe in yesterday? He switched out into 1. You'll be in 9 this morning, the trail. Okay, we move fields. We're gonna move fields again today. We had a good day yesterday the opening that we did yesterday and the moving around, we did good. It went pretty smooth, I thought. Okay, good job. Today, we're gonna be all hauling to Drayton. Okay, everybody's hauling to Drayton. Okay, let's go kick some ass. Goodbye. Drive safely.
Do it right, fellas, be the best. So Gudajtes Family Farm, AKA the SUGARBEET Mafia, we are 4 independent farms. We got John Gudajtes Farm, we got Jay Gudajtes Farm, we got Lee Gudajtes Farm, we got Andy Gudajtes Farm. It's my dad and me and my 2 brothers. And we're each financially independent. We work like one big common farm. We grow corn, we grow soybeans, we grow pinto beans, we grow black beans, we grow wheat. We're fast-paced, we're a modern row crop farm, specializing in sugar beets. Our family's been here in the Red River Valley since I think it's 1886. My great-grandfather bought this farm that I live on in 1911. My great-grandfather never did farm. My grandfather did farm, Grandpa Ed. He farmed until I think he was 60 years old. 1971, I believe it was, that he decided to retire. He said, here, John and Jim, you guys, you know, you're go-getters. You'll do more with it than I will at my age, so here you have it. See what you can do with it. And both my dad and my uncle did well, had a good start, did well, and got things going pretty good here for us. We call ourselves a sugar beet farm because that's where we make our money. That's what our thing is. That's where our bread and butter is. It's in sugar beets. This year, 2022, we had just about half of our acres planted into sugar beets. The sugar that we grow is from American Crystal Sugar Company. It's a closed cooperative. You have to own your stock in order to grow your beets. In 2022, 1 share of stock would allow you to grow 0.83 acres of beets, so 100 shares to get you 83 acres. Those shares are trading roughly at $4,200 a share. So it's quite a big investment in sugar beet stock if you want to play the game.
Number changing to 1,020.
When we get into harvest, the first operation that we're going to do in harvest is we're going to come in with the defoliator. And so the defoliator is essentially a flail mower that's pulled behind a tractor, and it removes the leaves down to the crown of the beet and deposits the leaves on a pile in between the rows.
That's all I do is row the beet. This is my 11th year. 11th year? Yeah, first year was 2011. Yeah, you haven't been yelled into. Then I missed 2015.
Behind that comes the beet harvester. The harvester has a set of cambered and tapered wheels. They're angled to where they both turn. As they turn, they get closer in the back and they pinch the beet. It rolls up and out. As it rolls up, the wheels open up wider. So as the paddle shaft beats the beet out of the lifting wheel, it puts it back onto the header of the harvester, and it lands on a set of rollers, and then the beet will get in between and it'll just move them over to the center and then start moving them towards the back. As that happens, it starts removing the dirt and it falls out through the bottom of the machine there and spreads out through the width of the machine. And as it's conveyed back, it comes across a belted chain, like a potato conveyor chain, bring it straight back to the Ferris wheel, up and around the Ferris wheel, then onto the top apron belt, which conveys it up into the little 4-ton hopper, and then from there it'll go into the truck. Yep.
Call best used trucks, or call Helms, or call Beets, or call somebody with tri-axles or quad axles and buy 5 trucks and fill them up with the drivers we got.
All right. Buy trucks, buy more trucks.
We had a bunch of hired trucks that were lined up to come. I think there was about 12 guys that said they were coming that ended up not coming. So at that point early in the harvest, I said, well, we can't do this for 3 weeks with 10 trucks short. You just do the math on 10 trucks, how many loads they're gonna miss over 3 weeks. That just adds days on the backside, and sometimes the weather doesn't give you those days. So I told Jay, I called him, I said, hey, we better do something and we better do it now.
I mean, I'm sure probably 20 trucks a day. I really wish I could help you, but I just can't.
Yep, no problem.
Okay.
Right.
Okay, thanks. I'm afraid I don't have anything right now.
Nothing? Okay. I was looking at your website. It looked like you might have a half dozen or so.
Well, they're gone.
They are. All right. Well, thank you.
On our farm for years, Jay and I have split our roles and our duties. And the easiest way to say it, if it's to do with paperwork, my brother Jay does it. And if it's to do with dirt work, I do it. So it's that easy. If it's dirt work, it's me. If it's paperwork, it's Jay.
This past year with roughly 9,000 delivery cards to make sure they got into the right trucks on the right fields and to the right pilers, I basically just went out in the field with all those cards and I managed those cards and I handed them out. And on the backside, I'm hearing all the chatter of the planning and everything else and giving my input where it's needed, and so that's what I did.
How's it going today? Hey, Jose.
We work a lot. We can't go home, ever.
Every time I send you guys home, you just spend money. That's why you save money.
That's true.
So this year we added to our operation, we bought 3 H&S 35-ton beet carts. With the amount of fields that we ended up having this year, the amount of headlands we had to do, and the openings or strikes or landings, whatever you want to call them, I would send those beet carts where before we would send trucks. Our old operation, we would go with the beet harvester, get the tank of the beet harvester full, we would stop, trucks would be behind, the beet harvester would then lift up, back to the truck. We do it that way so the trucks are driving where the beets have been dug and they're on black dirt. Because remember, this is the opening, and now just 12 rows over either side, it's the green beet leaves because the beets have not been rotobeeted yet. It worked out excellent with the beet carts this year. Just for the openings themselves, the amount of openings we had, the amount of fields we had, it was an eye-opener to, all right, this is where, for us, this year, this was the Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. That was the golden ticket for that, for the help this year.
This is my first year with the Gudajtes. You have to be like on top of everything. It's pressure, stressful, but it's a good environment, good working, like learning experience, especially with the semi.
The proper cycle of a truck. Trucks get loaded with their beets, they go to the factory or they go to the outside piling site, they dump their beets. American Crystal, their pilers have the ability to clean the beets as they're being dumped because they don't want the dirt in the pile, obviously. After the trucks dump their beets, they then pull forward about 30 feet and there's a dirt chute there. The dirt chute gives our truck the dirt that came off of our beets after they dump the load. Trucks get back to the field and then every one of them has to dump their dirt, clean their box, scrape their end gate so the end gate closes properly. With mechanical chains we have that close the end gates. And then they're ready to reload for the next product going in. Well, the safety poles are excellent safety item to begin with. What they've taken away is the chains and the ropes that tractors and trucks and farmers would use to pull to free stuck equipment. And it's pretty much a rigid piece of iron. It's got the loop in the front of the truck, and then the pogo stick, I'll call it, on the tractor has got a pin that goes up, locks into that, so then you're pulling iron on iron. 100% way safer, way more efficient. Nobody has to get in or out of the tractor or the truck. You aren't slopping in the mud, you aren't slipping off the truck or the tractor after you walked out, hooked up your rope or your chain. It's just a complete safer way to free stuck vehicles, which can happen a lot during beet season, because if it's on the wet side, as long as the lifters can go through the field, you're probably going to be digging beets. So, and there's been times where we've pulled every truck in and out of a field.
Jake and Dennis, if you all need diesel, I'm in the west headland. Jeremy, let me back up a little bit and get that front closer to me. Maybe I can empty out and I'll get to you. Can someone switch wall wagons right on, please? Yep, 10-4. Jake Johnson, once you're ready to go, pull under this lift here and I'll empty out the hopper. Pull up and let me get out of the ditch. Pull up and let me get out of the ditch here. Northwest. Yeah, but that leads you to the northwest. They just see one driving the field. And on the north end of the field, you can get right on the dirt road. The north end of the field, for most of the ways, you can get right up on the dirt road and go west. 10-4. Thank you. Yeah, because the roads here where I'm at are getting pretty ugly. Yeah. 10-4. The beet carts are going to have to load in the northwest corner. Somewhere over there. Somewhere over the northwest corner, the beet carts. Just because it's soft here, we're technically right in a waterway here where all the water goes to the big rains, so when we can, the beet carts will load in the northwest corner in the pile pump. Right over there. Thank you.
You want me to move over there now?
When you're done. When you're done, we'll just try to contain them over there.
My role in beet harvest, I don't know, I'm almost the orchestrator of the whole circus. And I say circus, everybody will laugh at. Once you throw those balls in the air, you got to juggle everything and make sure none of them hit the ground.
You're going to have to figure out where the next strikeout's going to be, so we can keep everything moving along. Nothing comes more to a standstill than it already is. Because if we're stopped, we're not digging. Not digging, we're not moving. Not moving, we're not getting done. Get loading now, everything's opened up, ready to rock. Cass, you on, Cass?
Yeah, go ahead.
Well, Danny's losing beets out the center in the middle. Maybe a broken lifter wheel, or we need to put that center plate in. Terry, come on and get in the rows, Terry. Terry, you on?
Copy that.
Terry, get in your rows here behind this tractor 4.
It's over here.
I know.
We have to be out in the field actively with fuel. That fuel trailer that's out in the field holds just about 1,000 gallons in it. We've got to get roughly 3,000 gallons into those tractors every day.
If the tractors need fuel or DEF or beet cars, lifters, rotor beaters, whatever, I just go fill them up or tell them where I'm at, and they'll just come swing by and I'll fill them up, and that's it.
So blading the roads, every load that comes out, there's 16 wheels on an average truck that are gonna roll and bring dirt out onto the road, and we're gonna cover up the gravel, or we're gonna cover up the asphalt or the concrete. It just creates an unsafe, muddy condition. So we have to go back with our blade, and we'll blade that. It's important to keep that road clean, not just for the neighbors, but for ourselves. If we get the mud on the road and then we get a small rain event, even just a small drizzle, our dirt becomes very slippery.
Get out of my way, Lee.
Lee's always in the way, isn't he?
He's everywhere. A lot of people that understand. Hey,
How many years you been with Jay and Lee?
This is my third.
Third?
Yes. Yeah, it's my third year. They're really nice guys, you know.
Nothing. Police department, outdoors or field full U-turn.
There you go. Welcome to the party.
Hey, Kenny, can I go right here straight to you, or do I have to, is there like another approach? Are you on the far south? They don't want anybody driving on that road, I don't think. No, I'm in the outfield, I'm pointing right at you. Facing east. Oh, never mind, that's a beet car, I just saw it. That's horrible. You go through and you can go straight east and you'll get to a dirt road, and then you just cross the dirt road and you're in the farmer field. So you can drive across anywhere. 10-4, thank you. Jay, just, you know, there's two pilers over here in Kennedy, so the lines are blocked. 10-4. I'm not sure what's going on here, but you know, Louie's got problems with his lift here, so we're just sitting here. Jay, Beet picture say empty for the night, right, Jay? Yeah, 10-4, but all the trucks will be coming empty in the morning. So maybe they want to be loaded, whichever.
So I started cooking with my mother-in-law, Susan. We started doing it as a way to go see the crew, and so that, you know, during the days we were lonely, so we could go see our husbands and the kids could come out and see their dads. So it started out with that, mainly grain harvest, and then we moved on to beets. So it is a big job. The other day I made 7 pans of lasagna, which is like over 20 pounds of hamburgers. So just browning hamburger takes hours, and then putting it all together. I tried to do a side dish and then a dessert with everything. I've been doing this for I don't know how many years. I started out as a newlywed. I remember my first meal was frozen lasagna from Sam's Club, and I bet you Lee almost died because his mom made everything from scratch. And here I am, like, living in Grand Forks. I'm like, oh, I got to bring out something to the crew. And now everything's pretty much from scratch. The guys have favorites and they have requests, so that's really fun. I know they appreciate it, and I appreciate their hard work, their time away from their families, because I know a lot of the guys who work for us are full-time guys, and I know their families, I see their kids around, and I know it's a sacrifice for them just like it is for our family too. So this is my way of being part of the farm and saying thanks.
So one of my biggest concerns when I'm in the office waiting for everybody to roll back in is I just want to make sure everybody's home and safe. You know, look everybody in the eye and see, you know, how tired are they? Should they come to work tomorrow? Should they get some time off? And you know, if they're sick or coughing or or just under the weather, you know, take the time to notice those people and look at them, talk to them, say hello to everyone, and pay attention to them, because once again, without them, we're not getting it done. We got to have them. We can't do it without our help.
So we're gonna move let's see, 1, 2, 3. We're gonna move 3 rotobeaters and 4 lifters to Minnesota and the beet carts. And then we're gonna leave 2 rotobeaters and 2 lifters where we're digging. And there's only, how many of the truck driver guys are here that are supposed to be here? Who's here that's not supposed to be here? Randy? Okay, otherwise there's what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 truck drivers. Where's my 8th one? Okay, that's good. We want 8 trucks, and you guys that are here are gonna stay in Hamilton. 8 trucks, 2 lifters, going to Hamilton until we finish that out. Okay, and then the rest of the guys are coming at 7, then they're gonna go straight to Minnesota to hopefully meet the equipment there. Danny, you leave this morning with the lifter. Kenny, you guys leave. Rooster, Craig, and JR, you guys can take the pickup and get up there, and then, see, I'm picking up Andrea so we don't have to move her vehicle. And who's the other one? Pedro. Pedro wrote a beat. Pedro's not here? Well, he'll be there. Roy and Jose, you wait for Pedro. Which trucks are starting this morning? Truck 2?
They're all up there.
Truck 3? Where?
6 beside them.
Oh, 2, 3, 4, 8, 15, 18, 24, and 26. Okay, you guys are all going to Hamilton, Quarter, where we were before. Where we were last night. Okay? There's about 30 acres left. About 4 loads apiece, then we'll be moving. Get to the north end, pull out, go out the northwest corner, across the road. We're gonna go to Hanson West.
What's going on?
Moving them over to do the headland here. The little bell underneath.
Yeah, 10-4. I just came off. It's still intact. It just came off the road.
All right, we'll come fix you up. Hop in, Eric, or grab 2 3/4 inch wrenches. Lordy! Yeah, put the fittings in the tailgate and swap them out. All right, Marcus, a little bit so I can pry it over. It's turning. It's turning. Okay, goodbye. Yep, thank you. Hanson East, Mainfield. Hanson East, Mainfield.
quit now, you can't start till 11 o'clock or midnight.
Well, yeah, so what?
What's the forecast tomorrow?
Same as today.
Shut it down. Be back at midnight.
Well, that's what I say. After we get this opened up and go get McFarland's opened up now.
Well, 20 of these guys can go home then.
Yeah, that's what I think. I'm sending everybody home except for
Rooster, because you got to fix.
you guys. Go do beans. We're coming back at midnight. We're gonna open up this and open up McFarland's. The rotobeaters are gonna beat all day. We're coming back at midnight.
Oh, you're out of the road.
The piling sites have different heat policies. They can only store the beets to certain heat levels for long-term storage throughout the winter. Some pilers are 65-degree sites and some are 55-degree sites. What has happened is the temperature has reached above 55-degree root temperature of the beet, so they shut down non-ventilated, non-deep freeze pilers at the factory, which is 4 pilers out of 9. So now there's a huge line of trucks because everybody still wants to keep digging beets, and I've decided to stop digging beets because I don't want to wait in line. I'm only 3 miles from the factory, which is one of my closest hauls, and I'll be waiting for trucks, which is ridiculous. So my brother and I decided we're gonna shut down till midnight, because the midnight run is usually a ghost town, and it should be able to make us maximize the hours and the time that we're close to the piler with a 3-mile haul. So hopefully we should get, I think we'll get triple the amount done in the night starting at midnight than I would trying to just bear with it through the night or through the day right now. So that's what we decided.
Later in the season, we actually had to manage frost shutdowns. The beets can have so much frost in them and still be stored, but once the frost gets too deep in the beets, the American Crystal doesn't want to put those, call them damaged beets, into long-term storage. Heat shut down, the beets get warm, too warm. Generally that evening, you know, if the weather will drop below acceptable levels of heat, it'll cool down the beet fast enough, and the beet doesn't really have to heal, it just has to cool down. In a frost shutdown, that can last for days, and it did this year. I think I remember we were shut down for 2 or 3 days later in the season because we got such a severe frost. I think it went down to 18 degrees, penetrated the beets pretty good, and then we had to let nice warm days thaw those beets out, pull that frost line back out to make them healed and suitable for long-term storage. Figured since I had some time, I better go see my son's game. Maybe should go home and sleep, but, well, kids' things have to happen, and it's good to make an appearance, and kids like to see Dad there, so.
Huh? Why? What'd you do today? Huh?
Morning.
Okay, I'm parked behind every yard.
Yeah, 10-4. Yeah, lifters turn in. Rotobeaters turn in. I got the road blocked here at the interstate. Fuel trailer, turn and go. Turn and go. JR, roll your lights back one click, JR. You got all your field lights on. You're blinding. There you go. Thank you. Now we can see your flashing.
Yeah, empty truck, where's in the headline? Facing north.
21, Jeremy, hit boom boom. Load up boom boom. 21, go to the beet car coming at you. You just bob and weave your way back to the east side and get out of this mess here. The west side, I mean. Bob and weave your way, get to the west side. We started opening a new fields that hadn't been touched, and we started in the dark, so we just had to make sure that everything flows as properly as possible and not get everybody all jammed up, stopping everybody, because that's what happens. They just get in the way of everybody and then nobody can move. Well, then we gotta erase our mistakes and start over again. So, but in a matter of about 10 minutes, field should disappear pretty nicely because everything will be opened up and going smooth. What?
The neighbor called. He said at first there was a bright light in the field, and then it looked like a bomb went off, and then the trucks sprouted everywhere.
Who was it?
Randy.
Uh-huh.
During beet harvest, when we're rolling and things are going hard, our labor bill is just under $73 a minute. Things are rolling and all that fuel is going, and the fuel man calls, hey, there's got to be a leak in your barrel because there's 4,000 gallons just disappeared. You know, we can hold 137,000 gallons of diesel fuel on a farm. And that sounds like a lot, but if we start with that and we don't refill during harvest, we'll probably run out before we finish harvest. It's a lot of fuel, it's a lot of men, it's a lot of different attitudes, it's a lot of different personalities. And making sure that we get a group that can work together, that has fun and isn't easy. And we're fortunate to have a good group. This year there was guys that, you know, they walked out of here in 8 weeks with $20,000. They made money. You know, our help is vital to our farm. When if we can treat our help good, and that doesn't just mean paying them well. You know, that meal at the end of the day means a lot to them, and a place to stay in our bunkhouse. You know, free room in the bunkhouse, that means a lot to them.
I like working for Jay and Lee. They're real direct, to the point. Gotta have kind of thick skin, but any harvest time for any farmer, you gotta have thick skin.
I admire them because they have a lot of work, and I don't know how they manage with so much stuff.
Good people, very good people to work for.
Watching Lee fly through the field at 100 miles an hour is kind of fun to watch sometimes.
It gets pretty intensive, but how this outfit is able to keep such a big crew and keep them in line, I really don't know. Lee's got something special.
They both seem to be good bosses. You know, I like working for them. I could see coming back for them next year.
They pay well, they take care of us, we have nice equipment, and they treat us well, and you can't ask for any employer better than what they have been to me over the years, and I think everybody else has worked for them.
I'm like part of the family. They don't discriminate against anybody. We all work together, and I can't believe it. We all as a group, and I'm enjoying what I'm doing here.
It's a great place to work. I look forward to beet harvest, to harvest in general every year. I look forward to coming out here and spending as much time as I can.
Oh, it's fun working here. I love it. I love what I do.
Heidi Gudajtes, she does a very, very good job of making sure everybody gets fed.
I went to high school with Jay and Lee. Like, I've known them my whole life. And I'm around farmers all the time, but I've never seen this side of them really, you know? So they should be very proud of themselves. It's a very successful business.
We're in a John Deere 8410.
Gotcha. So there's kind of a little bit of a story behind this tractor, and what exactly is that story?
The story is that it belonged to me, Francis Kilhusky, better known as Rooster, when I was farming, and at my auction sale when I retired, John Gudajtes bought the tractor at the auction, and he said this was going to be strictly a rotor beater tractor. So this fall, when I hired on with them to rotor beat, I told him I wanted my old tractor back, and Lee said, you got it. It brings back some memories, you know. It's just, we ran it in the rotor beater when I had it, and yeah, like I said, it would just bring back some memories. It was just kind of fun.
The employees we have, the sacrifice they give, the time away from their families. Without the good, dedicated people we have, none of this would matter, none of it would be possible to do.
Gudajtes Family Farm, it's Gudajtes Family Farm. The family is intentionally first. And I know Lee and I lose focus on that a lot, and that's hard. The size of our farm has given us a lot of opportunities. It's also deprived us a lot. We've had to make a lot of sacrifices. Farming isn't easy, it never will be. There's a reason less than 2% of the population does it. You know, we're very proud to have our family backing us up, and you know, ultimately it's what we're trying to make a living. And you know, sometimes we're working more than we're living, but if you like it, it's not so bad.
I've always said, I think we have more fun than we do work here. And anybody in their life, stop and think about yourself. When you're having fun, are you really working? And if you can have fun and call it work and get paid to do it, it just makes everything happen better.
Hey JF, I'm on 7 going into Kennedy, so I just go south from Kennedy, down the green. Well, if you're on 7 going into Kennedy, when you get to 75, you can take a right and go south to Donaldson, and then take a right and go back to Beet. Okay, thank you, sir. Hey, go ahead and empty all your man over to the west end. The short house, over the apple. We're done all in for the night. No more reload. Thank you, 23, go load. Hey, 23, can you turn left? Turn left? Like if you're gonna exit the field so I can load you. Jeremy, move to the west or to your right there, Jeremy. Go down to that harvester to the other opening. Please, thank you. Roy, when you're empty, also go take a right, head down to that other harvester to the other opening. Thanks. We just went through that ditch on the north end and it was spinning like hell in there, so watch with the harvesters. And Ford, don't drop the harvesters down in that ditch there, she's juicy. Don't put any slop or slime or juice in the harvester. You won't be clean anymore. There's another approach in the middle of the field on the west side here. You have to flag it or phone it if you don't want nobody to use it because they're using it. Yeah, that's right. We're moving something there to block it. I said the northwest corner, not the middle on the west side. The northwest corner only, you can get in and out by the tile pump. Robert 26, your work lights behind your cab are on. Robert 26. Work lights are now off. Thank you. So Candy, he just said the northwest corner of the field. So you're going south. You need to turn around again. 10-4. His Rose, or maybe he's gonna be back up. He should jump over. He's gonna, but he's getting in the other harvester when this part, so. He'll be up and running shortly. You can jump over for now. Truck drivers. The foreman at American Crystal just called me from the Kennedy Piler and the Humboldt Piler. And he said you guys have all been doing a really nice job and being nice and courteous. So thank you for that. Keep up the good work. 10-4.